Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm watching Akademiks speaks on Bhad Baby buying a new face after making 50 million in a bank off of OnlyFans. I'm gonna add the off of OnlyFans in case niggas ain't know, you feel what I'm saying, where she accumulated that wealth from. I'm interested only because I seen, I guess, the picture of like Shorty black facing in a way. And I'm interested to hear Ak's point. Ak is kind of in the industry, A, B. Ak be cooning sometimes, in my opinion, so I'm interested to see what he says, and if I got something I want to disagree with. Let's check it out. New Ryan hit like stripes, all that jazz.
Like, yo, I don't know if they just still.
She don't even look good. Like, all due respect, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you not word, like, facts, son. Like, that's not you, shorty. Like, it's just not you.
Some bands better stay with her. That's a fact.
Who better stay with her?
She's getting the back.
I mean, who gives a fuck?
She kind of debuted a new look, and a lot of people are commenting on it because she looks biracial.
She doesn't. You see, no. Ak. Let's not start the conversation with she looks biracial. No, she changed her. She's trying to change her look, her racial look, because before this young lady did not look biracial. This young lady looked Caucasian. Now she's starting to try to blur those lines. She still look Caucasian to me. I'm not gonna lie. This part right up here, it looks a little too word, but she's trying to merge the look act.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think what's happening nowadays is so ironic because it's so interesting actually. I go to Miami a lot.
Okay.
And when I go to Miami a lot, all these women are getting under the knife and they're getting surgery, especially women that aren't of color. If you're white, if you're Hispanic, if you're whatever else except black, these women all want to look like Kylie Jenner. And when they want to look like Kylie Jenner, they all want to have like this kind of tint to their skin. They don't want to be as pale as they really are. They want to have these over accentuated lips. Oftentimes it looks like duck or fish lips. I hate it, especially with a bunch of women. But like white women, they don't like the white lips no more. And then also they all rock the same lace front. You know what I mean? Like there was a time in the past, now that I agree with it, a lot of black women used to be like, they used to call white people or Hispanic people hair good hair and almost down on the Afro Negro hair. But even white people wear weave. Like white people be rocking the lace fronts and all that because it's just the look. They're all mirroring what the Kardashians has set in place as what's popping. So
you see, no. I do agree. Don't get me wrong. The Kardashians have such a big impact on pop culture and things of that nature. But let's not act like the Kardashians aren't just appropriating black culture. So to speak on what they're actually doing, they're like appropriating and trying to assimilate to black culture while not being black nor looking black. So now you're just taking all the features that are desirable from black women. Like, yeah, like the Kardashian, it could be because Kylie is popular and people are like, oh my god, oh my. But let's be honest, these are like stereotypically African American, not African American, black women features. And let me not like narrow the spectrum too much. Anyway, let's continue.
Even if they have
I'm not trying to talk way too
texture
much
that supposedly is preferred, they all put on a lace front. They're all super gluing some shit to their fucking forehead. They're all like doing the fucking.
I mean, now
shit,
before it was like extensions,
like
even when black women did weaves,
like the suction cup their lips, and they all want to have like this particular tint to their skin.
You mean look melanated? Like, why are you dancing around like Kylie Jenner? Right? Is not tinted. Like if I look up Kylie Jenner, you know what? I'm about to look up Kylie real quick. Let me move this to the side real quick. Kylie Jenner. I don't see a hue to this young lady's skin. I don't. I don't. Like I don't. Versus this, or even if you want to say, because this is probably more tinted, right? Fucking hell, I'm trying to just get the picture. This to this is not the same thing. This is more brown. She has more of a golden look. But sure, I guess. Continue.
They look like they're exotic, right? I think, you know, if you remember how Kylie looked when she was younger, bro, she's a white girl. She's this young white girl. That's what was happening. Then she just all of a sudden changed into like some exotic looking, socially ambiguous. Yo, could be from the Caribbean, but also like
Kylie does not look like she could be from the Caribbean.
I see Bad Baby debut this look, and I'm like,
Bad Baby does not look like she could be from the Caribbean.
I go to the next picture, and I'm like, this ain't no filter. This is a fucking tan. Like, this is some other shit. Actually, this doesn't even look like Bad Baby. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It looks like her a little. You can see her face from her eyes.
It's kind of crazy how, you know, when people talk about, you know, that European look and like how, you know, they always got at magazine covers and talk about how it affects like young girls coming up. And I've always like, you know, even when I'm with like, you know, women who are, you know, they could be just fully black or women who maybe they have just, I've always told a girl, I'd rather you have a little afro rather than you go get some lace. I don't like weave and I don't like wigs. I don't like neither of them. For women who I want to take serious, if I'm just piping the shit out of you, you can have whatever fucking contraption you want to have on your head. But if I'm about to take you serious, I don't want you to be sleeping in a bunch of bullshit and then like you gotta like go through a 3-hour process to make yourself up into some bullshit. Like you're impressing more people outside than me. If I want to be attracted to you when I wake up, not be attracted to you when we're going out for other people. It's a waste of time. However, a lot of women kind of do this shit, and
Act brought up. I was just trying to see where he was going in that point, but he really ain't say nothing like he does all the time. But he did bring up a point that I want to speak on, where he just mentioned when Vogue and European looks were in, right? Even when black people were trying to look like, I guess, traditionally attractive or like European attractive, European like attractiveness, or whatever the fuck you want to call this shit, right? Even when niggas was trying to look like that, we didn't then, I was gonna say we didn't, yeah, facts, you see, because that's a different thing. We didn't bleach our skin because we thought the white look, like if you get, because that's a very complicated thing that I caught myself in my head. We bleach our skin for completely different reasons and different psychological reasons. But it's not the same reason why this young lady is tanning her skin because she wants to look blacker. Like, you don't want to look whiter necessarily. You want to look lighter, not whiter. But regardless, right? Black women, when they did try to look more European, they did it, at least in my opinion, and this just could become from black person's own bias, it was a lot more tasteful and it was a lot less gimmicky. And in my opinion, today we've gotten to the point where a lot of women are trying to be like gimmickly black women, like have the gimmickly big lips and like the eyes and nose and like the voluptuous body that's like gimmicky though. Like, if you get what I'm saying. And like that, this is like a gimmick to me. Like what the Kardashians do is like gimmicky. Like that's not a true representation of the black woman. The same way like saying all black men got a 50-inch cock, and like people are then gonna try to appropriate that, like that's gimmicky because that's not what black people are. You feel me? Like it's just like word. Like
I look at somebody like Bad Baby and I'm like, you got all the money. Like I'm wondering why the fuck she would even be doing any of this shit. And I'm not trying to intimate that maybe she has some type of,
I can't say that right now.
Just
I'm trying to hear him out though.
Insecurity about herself, but like this look don't make sense to me. It really just don't make sense to me. Okay. It's like white people don't want to be white people. Black people definitely don't want to be black people, right?
I don't agree with that. I don't think black women don't want to be black women. Like, or let me not make it about women, even though this is about a woman. Let's just say people, because he said people. I don't think it's not necessarily that black people don't want to be black people. There was a time period where black people didn't want to be black people in American history, but because it was very disadvantageous to be black appearing, like facing, like your face being black, your hair being black, you having black features and things like that. At a certain point in time, it was to your detriment. Therefore, people were trying to actively not be that because it was to their detriment. That makes sense. There's no detriment to being white. If anything, it's the best to be white passing. And yet they're trying to proactively be black, and not even black in the sense of culturally. They're trying to be black in the sense of gimmickly being black. Like, kind of like, to me, this is like blackface. Like, this is real life blackface. Because, like, what's the difference? There is no, like, blackface, the only thing they did was paint their face black, put big red lips. Like, what's the difference between that and what people are doing now when they're tanning their skin and getting bigger lips and wider noses? Like, what's the difference? Come on now.
And Hispanics want to either be white or extra black. It's crazy. It's like we live in a time where everybody wants to be someone else, and no one's actually happy with themselves.
I don't think black people want to be anyone else.
Who, at the heart of themselves, say they wouldn't get surgery. The most they'll say, like the thing you got to be accepted. They'll be like, "Oh, I want to get surgery now, but if I ever get a kid, I'm getting my ass done."
Okay.
But most of them are gonna be like, well, my titties are a little small. I would definitely just get some titties.
I mean, because society has just progressed to a point through social media that now, like, people are being built up.
I feel these days
I want to build a woman. I want to build a nigga. And that's like because
somebody said this is mental illness.
It's not. It is mental illness, but it's. I don't even think there's like a term for it yet. I feel like that term is gonna come in future generations. But it's definitely the impact of socially being on a media device, on a social media network. Excuse me, and like being glued to this device and seeing a certain image of beauty, and then you're just emulating that, which is cool. But they're stealing. Like, even the fact that you're, like, referencing the Kardashians and Kylie Jenner as, like the genesis of, like, this movement, I guess you can say, is crazy. Like, that's crazy. Because I'm pretty sure the Kardashians got that shit from Nicki. Like, if you feel what I'm saying. Like it's still, like, we're not, like, representation, pretty much act. Like, I'm not trying to be too deep, but I'm trying to, like, say shit to where niggas that get it without having to over-explain. Because that's not what I'm trying to do. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
I don't know if it's mental illness or is it just societal pressures.
It's not pressure.
Like, we live in a society where there's so much pressure.
Academics, what society do we live in?
Never be perfect. And even the people
that
are
$50 million person, a person that made $50 million in their lifetime, not in a year, in their lifetime,
that you have in your mind,
has a pressure. What's the pressure? What's the social pressure?
Things. There's always going to be something.
You're choosing it.
Like, I was looking at this.
Like, when you get to a certain tax bracket, a lot of the social pressures are self-imposed at that point. Because a lot of the social pressures at that point are because of who you want to be around and what you want to look like. More so than anything else. Because at $50 million, at the tune of $50 million, for, again, a lifetime. Mind you, this young lady's 20-something. For $50 million for a lifetime of someone being 60 years old is a lot of goddamn money. You could have made your life exactly the way you wanted with no social pressures. Because $50 million is a lot of money. You feel what I'm saying? So this young 20-year-old woman, you wanted to then say there's social pressures. Or a fucking Kardashian, you wanted to say there's social pressures on a Kardashian. It's laughable. Because the Kardashian empire is built on creating social pressures. They're the ones that are being the forefront of pushing social pressures onto people. They're not the victims. They can be byproducts of the thing they're pushing, correct? But they are not a victim at that point. You can't be a victim of if you created a lethal gas, right? And the gas killed you while you were trying to kill other people. Nigga, that's just a byproduct of you making the gas. You're not a victim of the gas. To me. Word, well, let's go. Oh, fuck it.
One chick I know, she's from like Florida. A lot of dudes like her. She's cool. She's cute. But it's the teeth. For her, it's the teeth. And then once the teeth is done, now she's going back to the body. Because now everybody wants to be like this perfect fucking image. And, it's kind of sad because, I see women more affected by it because a lot of women, they feel their value lies in their beauty. And a lot of women also chase that idea of trying to maintain their beauty for a long enough time. But
he didn't. Yeah, I'm not.
It's kind of sad a little bit, Somebody said chickless teeth. Yeah, I always hate that when I see it. But yeah, I look at this. This don't even. I kid you not. If I didn't see this posted on Bhad Baby's page, I would never know it's her. I would never know this is Bhad Baby.
You can see it. For me, it's
I'm not saying she doesn't
right
look bad here.
It's right here. You can see her.
I'm just saying,
eyes.
like, damn. It
like
looked
you
like
can see her face right there.
And again, I'm making assumptions here. Maybe she just wanted to try something new, but damn. Just know
No, she's
if you
been
know a
slowly
little bit about her
transitioning
and
to
how
black
everything
women.
is, and clearly, and this is where I think OnlyFans also comes into detriment for a
I
lot of
just
young
don't be
girls.
talking about nothing. You
When you
just be
have people
talking in
judging your
circles.
value based on how you look physically, right? You see, everybody loves talking about they got mad bands from OnlyFans, and she's made the most, $50 million in a year.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have women who judge their value on how people perceive them physically, not on how smart they are, not on how they are as a person, how nice they are, it's only about a physical look, it becomes almost like seeking something that could, it's trying to fill a cup that could never be filled. And we got to think about that when we think about, like, you know, the effects of like an OnlyFans, because a lot of people look at OnlyFans like there is no effect. You know, obviously there's gonna be effect when you have kids and maybe they see it, but like what's the effect on people's judging you just on your looks, and you realizing your earned income is solely based up on what these dudes desire you to look like, and now you're trying to change it. Like a lot of people say, even with Michael Jackson, like he was changing his body to try to appease, you know, an audience and trying to do certain things, and he ended up developing more problems by doing that. Who knows?
Okay.
There's another picture.
What did Act just say though? Like for the last like 2-3 minutes, the fuck this nigga just said? He just danced around like an idea or something. Used different reference points to dance around the idea and did not address anything at all. Like this nigga ain't saying nothing. Like,
yeah, I kid you not. I would never know this is Bad Baby. I kid you not. I would never know.
Okay, we get it, Act. We get it.
I see somebody in the comment section says that she wants to be black so bad. I don't think this is a black thing.
And that's your problem. And that's the problem. It is a black thing. Like, it is culturally, it is a black thing. This is, like, not saying it's a black cultural thing for a black woman to have big lips or voluptuous body. But it is. It is. Like, it is. That is a part of the black culture. The white culture was more so of the skinnier body with the bigger breasts and the smaller waist. That was like culturally what was deemed beautiful, while black people deemed voluptuous bodies more beautiful. Stereotypically, culturally speaking, yes, Ak. Just because the Kardashians came around and your coon ass like white people more, don't anyway.
By the way, I think there's mad, like, I know obviously, like, being black is beautiful and it's wonderful, and I know, like, you know, I'm very proud to be black, but here's the thing. The new standard everybody's chasing is not to be black. It's to be the socially ambiguous.
It is to be black. Act. Well, finish your point.
Like, in this range.
Yes. So you know what that means, Act? It means to be the black woman without being black. Feast. Fuck. Calm down. It's about being the black woman without looking black. Skin tonally. Right? That's the new thing, Act. Like, it is still about being black. It's about absorbing all of the black culture. They'll absorb the way black women speak. They'll absorb the way black women dress. They'll absorb the way black women stand, pose, look, bodies, face, everything about the black woman. But they want to erase the skin color and make it a neutral color, Act. So it is about being black, Act. It is. Like, just because people aren't trying to be black. Like, yes, I want to darken my skin to be black. They're not trying to do that because it's never cool to be black. It's always will be taboo to be black in white society. But they want everything. They want all the privileges from being black without being black. Academics, dumbass.
Of long hair, nice tinted skin, great lip. Like, it's this mix of everything that kind of almost don't exist, right? It's kind of like that exotic type. It's not like these chicks ain't trying to be black, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Unless you think having that's what, when people say trying to be black, they think having an ass is black. No. These days, there was a time that white chicks didn't have an ass. Everybody is just like a pre-requirement. Everybody got a little bit of ass or some shit like that. Whether you got like a little.
Why though?
Like a little skinny BBL or somebody.
But why though, Ak? Why did that change? Why? If white men before didn't like it and now all of a sudden they do. Why, Ak? White culture just changed, Ak?
It's got some over the top shit. But these women these days, I think they're all chasing. It's not to be black. It's chasing, maybe some black features like the lips. The lips are obviously what you could say is
voluptuous bodies is a black feature. Being voluptuous is natural to black people. Not saying there's not other ethnic groups or minority groups that have voluptuous features, but being voluptuous is more black than it is white. It just is. Like now that races are starting to bleed into each other more and more and more. Yes, the line is starting to get blurred more and more. But traditionally, I don't want to even use the word traditionally. It is. It is.
I don't think these chicks are trying to be black. I think these chicks are trying to fit a mold that somebody like a Kim K or a Kylie.
What was Kim K trying to be?
Has set for them.
What is Kylie trying to be?
Yeah, no, the lips is definitely a black feature, but like these chicks.
Yo, I can't with Ak, yo. I can't. Like, fuck the rest of like the 3-4 minutes I have left. I can't hear Ak chat right now. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck it. What is this nigga talking about?
Facial structure, cheekbones. They want to get that.
Yeah, this nigga is just cooning. Like, this is blackface, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This is blackface. You know it. We all know it. She's trying to be black. She's trying to be black by being white still. Like, come the fuck on. Anyway, if you guys are new around here, found anything I've said insightful, funny, all that jazz, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, all that jazz, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next reaction. I love y'all niggas and peace out.